Hey everybody, back with another video. I've been working on a bunch of Space Invaders boards, and I know I'm going to repeat myself a little bit in this video, but for those that are just logging in to watch this one, I have two game boards, or daughter boards, or also known as audio boards of Space Invaders Midway L-shaped. This one here is an A082-90700A000, and you can see here it is good for Space Invaders Deluxe, Space Invaders Upright, and Space Invaders Cocktail. And this one also has two chips that you can populate for the Space Invaders Cocktail, Space Invaders 2 Cocktail, which is the two-player version, and it has this middle, what do you call those? Pins, I guess, connector, to actually connect up to the second audio board, as well as I think the other difference is this tip 32, or is it tip 22? I'm not sure right there. But that's that board. And then this one, the other thing that's neat is that this one has a MB14241, which is like a special chip on the board. And in later versions, they replaced that special chip with, I think these are 174s and 175s. Right here, two 175s, two 174s, and then 8 151s. So that TTL logic is all wrapped up into this one chip up here on the earlier versions. Now this board does not have the middle connector, and it is a Rev A084-90700C version. This is a A084C. And this one will only work, I believe, in a Space Invaders Deluxe or a regular Space Invaders, is my expectation there. Alright, so both of these have audio issues, and the other thing, yeah, I think did I review everything? Pretty sure I reviewed everything I wanted to there. So I'll hook this up onto a working board, and we'll look at this one first, the A082, and then we'll look at this one. Both of them have different audio issues. Alright, as you can see, I have the Brasington kit plugged in. If you were watching my earlier videos, I think on board number 1, I first tried to boot it up with this Brasington kit, and it didn't work. I pulled out the Brasington kit. It had a broken leg, or a folded leg underneath of it. Replaced that, and it still wouldn't boot, and it ended up having a bad ROM, which was kind of weird. So I actually had to fix that Brasington kit. Luckily, it was just a programmable ROM, and I was able to just dump my ROM code and write it onto that one. So, but anyway, what's nice about the Brasington kit is it's going to give us the option to test the audio signals one at a time. So what I'm going to do is let's turn off the light here. We'll power on, I guess. And then as it boots, if you press player 1 and 2 at the same time, there we go. Now I just need to hook up my joystick to player 1, and we can play each song, each sound one by one. So saucer sounds fine. There's no missile shot. I was kind of interrupted there, but we got the saucer. That's working. No missile shot. And let's see here. No explosion. No invader hit. No bonus tone. Holy crap. I didn't think all this stuff was gone. Ooh. Something is not right. It must be worse now than it was before. Oh. I hear a high-pitched noise. Alright, no thump, no saucer hit. Oh, crosshatch, that's it. So really the only thing we have is the very first one. That sucks. Alright, I'm going to try to do this somewhat scientifically. We're going to go to our saucer sound. And the very first chip that gets activated, I think, is when you press the button to activate a sound, is E4. And I think pin 2 is the saucer. So we're going to come right there. And you can see that I'm going from low to high. Hopefully you can see that, right? Yeah, I think so. E4 pin 2. Okay, so, and I can actually hear, I know it's getting activated for all these because I can hear it doing something, but it's just not making the noise. But the next one is pin 15, which could be thump, I don't know. Missile shot is pin 5 actually. E4, pin 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm clicking it, pin 5, that's missile. And then explosion, could that be pin 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's explosion, pin 7. Let me write that down. Pin 7 is explosion. And I could probably figure this out by looking at the schematic too, but alright, Invader Hit, let's go to pin 10. That should be 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Whoops. 10. There we go. Alright, so that is Invader Hit. And then 12 is, let's see, it's 10, 11, 12. That's a bonus tone. And then I think pin 15 is the last output, I think. Oh, that's weird. Should pin 15 be like that? Interesting. Maybe this chip is messed up because I don't think pin 15 should look like that. I would think it would be low. I'm going to double check the schematic. Yeah, okay, so pin 15 is an output, but it is getting, I think, like, it goes through like an inverter and then maybe a buffer or something, I'm not sure, and then gets pulled high. So I assume that this is fine. I guess it's just, I don't know why exactly it's high right off the get-go, but maybe that's, shouldn't, I don't know. I have to look at the circuit, but I think that is normal, so. Let me go on to the next. Now I'm on to the other sounds come into E5, which is right here. Oh, you can't really see that, damn it. Like, how's that? Alright, E5. Okay, yeah, E5. Pin 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, you can hear that high-pitched noise, but that is the saucer hit. Let's check 10. I think, I don't know which thump is what, but this is going to be thump 0. Could be on pin 2. Yep, pin 2 is thump 0. Pin 5, 2. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is thump 2, pin 7. is Thump 3, and then probably 10. Um, 2, 5, 7. Come on now, 10. Come on. Oh, there we go. Yep. That is Thump 4. So yeah, 2 is Thump 0. And then Thump 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. Cool. There you go. So this is E4. Pin 2 is the saucer. Pin 5 is the missile hit, I think. Then explosion. 10 is invader hit. 12 is bonus. And then E5, 12 is saucer hit. And then pin 2 is Thump 0. Pin 15 does something else. Pin 5 is Thump 1. 7 is Thump 2. 10 is Thump 3. So we know both of those are working. So we just have to keep going. I think the noise generator part might be bad, but I'm just going to go step by step. All right, all of the sound, the thump and the saucer hit goes from E5 and then into this buffer. I think it's a buffer at F. I'm going to double check, but F5. So if I go to, I'm doing the saucer hit. That's pin 13, and that it should be buffered and outputted on pin 12, and you can see that's not happening. I think this is a buffer. I'm going to look up the chip real quick and come right back. Alright, let's see. Hopefully you can see this here. Okay, so I think I was at F5 pin 13, the saucer hit, right? F5 pin 13 is what's coming in. And you can see it goes up to about 4 volts. If I hold it, there's a high-pitched noise. And if I go to, I think the output is pin 12, it should go up to 12 volts. I wasn't seeing it on the screen, but now you can see it going up to 12 volts as I press and hold it. That's the saucer hit. So I'm thinking, you know, the 74, let's see, the 74-174 and the 7417. I believe these two chips are working. So it's kind of weird. Why? Here, actually, let me pause and come back. All right, if you can see this, here's all the, for the saucer sound as well as the thump, basically comes into E5, like we were just talking about, right there. Hopefully you can see that okay. And we tested, you know, everything coming in when I press the button, like number 2, we see it 5, 7, 10, 12. Then we came to F5, Thump 0, Thump 1, 2, 3, as well as saucer hit. And then the thump noise, you know, obviously gets pulled to 5 volts, as you can see here. And the saucer hit, if you come down here and you trace this line right there, it gets pulled to 12 volts. And initially I didn't see the line because I didn't have my scope set correctly. But then why do we not hear the noise? So like it could be, I don't know what else is being shared honestly between the thump and the saucer hit. It looks like M5, the 3900 at M5 and M4 are just for the saucer hit. Unless something else is like pulling it down, like maybe a cap or something. I don't know, but other sounds are working, so I don't think it's either L2 or the L2-3 3900, because that's, I think this section's working because we do have some sound. I think, what was it, the bonus, the saucer sound actually. The saucer sound comes here, comes over here, down this way, and then feeds in. Everything kind of merges into this one line right there. It's kind of interesting. The other thing I was interested in is we're missing, I think, the missile sound as well as the invader hit. So I'm going to look at the noise circuit, which is the 4006 at N5, right over here. as you can see. So I'm going to check that out real quick on the scope, because I have a feeling I don't think this circuit's working correctly. We should be looking at pin 10 on the output, and a lot of stuff like loops together through these 4030s, and then, you know, loops through this 4006, which I think is like a counter or something like that, and then out comes pin 10. So let me look at that real quick. Look at, if I can come over here. Yeah, this is the 4006 right here, and if we look at pin 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. That doesn't seem quite right. Okay, well, I am getting something there. That looks odd. I don't think it should be so low on, that's pin 13. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Pin 13 and 12, look how low that is. You guys, I know it's kind of difficult to see. Hopefully you can see the difference there with that angle. That looks pretty good. That's pin, that's going all the way up to almost 12 volts really. That's been 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't know what's going on with those. Let me make sure what sounds are not working. Saucer works. No missile shot, no explosion. Explosion is definitely relying on that timer. Wow, I don't know. Alright, I replaced that 4066 right there in the noise section. It's these two chips in that noise generation section. And now we're on, whoops, explosion. It fixed the explosion. Ooh, saucer hit sounds a little bit different now. Nothing on missile shot doesn't work, so just explosions fixed. So let me look at the. I'm getting a little lazy. I figured I'd just piggyback some LM3900. So the Invader Hit, you have the K4 or K5, I think. Let's see, K5 LM3900 feeds into K4 here. Yep. I don't know. We might look at that. K4 pin 3, but I piggybacked K5 real quick, and I'll come back and show you. I have the Invader Hit and sound now, but let's look. We'll look at K4 on the scope as well without it piggybacked. All right, whoops, sorry about that. It's kind of tough to film in here, but there's K5, right? Yeah, K5, and I have my Invader Hit, and it's making a sound. So if I take this off carefully, hopefully. Alright, and let's look at our scope. And where's my lead? Here's my lead. And we're going to look at K4 pin 3. K4 pin 3. Yeah, it doesn't do any. I guess that's not a great way to tell because it's not doing a damn thing. K4 pin 3. Alright, I'm not positive about this. I'm just looking at K5 pin 2. And it's supposed to be 12 volts. I think it's getting pulled. It's supposed to be getting pulled up. So I don't know if it's shorted or something. And K5 pin 6 is the same way. I don't know. I'm going to replace it because I already piggybacked it and we got it to work. So After I replace it, I'll come back and measure it real quick. Alright, so I have K5 replaced, and we have our Invader Hit sound. But let's just go through and just look at all the pins on this thing. I'm going to go pin 1 all the way. So that's pin 1. And I'm not going to adjust too much. That's pin 2, which I thought should be 12 volts, but I guess not. We got something going on. Pin 3, 4. You can see that going up to 12 volts. That's pin 5. 6 is just sitting there. 7, ground, and there's 8, 9, 10, 11, and I don't remember seeing any of that stuff. 12, activity 13. Not much going on there. So I just want to see what a good LM3900 looks like so I can further troubleshoot. So we need to get our saucer, I think. No, our missile shot. No missile shot. We got explosion. Invader hit. No bonus tone. No thump. The thump might be the 556. Let me try piggybacking that real quick. Let me look at the thump sound. I'm kind of jumping around, but I'm looking at the missile shot. It's not working. I piggybacked the 3900 at P4, and if you look here at pin 1, I'm getting some activity, right? Pin 2, pin 3. This is with my piggyback there. Pin 4. 5, 6. See, look at 5. It's not coming low though. So I think the piggyback doesn't always work. But now let me take it off. And let's go pin 1. Okay, we still got some activity there. 2, 3, 4, 5. That doesn't look right. I'm going to replace P4 and maybe even M4, because if I come to M4, I mean, there's nothing going on. And I think there should, on all these LM3900s, there should be some activity, I think, under normal circumstances. On some of the pins should be doing something. Yeah, so I think we have multiple LM3900s bad. I'm going to go ahead and I might even socket all of them, who knows, but I'm definitely going to replace these two. M4 and P4 because they don't look right to me. Alright, I actually replaced M4 and M5, and I am going to, let me see, yeah, M4. Okay, so we're going to look at M4 right here, pins 9 real quick. I can rig this up real quick for you. There you go. And let's see, M4 pin 9 right there. That's what it looks like when I press the button. It'll go all the way up to 12 volts, and then pin 10 and this is M5 right there, and I don't remember seeing anything on M5. This is pin 9 on M5, pin 10, so I think both of those were bad for the saucer hit. That's pin 9, that's pin 10. That's what it should normally look like. That's M5. Alright, but that's the only sound I got back, so I still no thump. No thump, and let's see. No thump, no bonus, no missile shot. So I think it's the timer, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to probe around a little bit and come back. All right, we're gonna focus on the thump circuit, which comes from E5. We already did that over here, and then goes to F5. We verified that looks good. Then it comes into this 556 dual timer at H4, and we're going to look at the output here, pin 5. And then we're going to look at pin 6 of H3. And H3 is a 7411, which is a 3 input positive AND gate. So if all three of these, 3, 4, and 5 are high, we're going to come out as high. And that's what we're going to do real quick. So I'm going to check H4, pin 5, then H3, pin 6. All right, what did I say? Let's see, we're going to do a thump. Come to the timer, which is H4. H4, pin 1 is the input. Whoops. And that's what I get when I press the thump button on the input. That's pin 1. And then pin 5 is the output. So that should be pin 5. And we're getting something on the output, pin 5. And then those come into this 7411. Pins 3, 4, and 5. Here, that's pin 3, 4. So you can see it's about at 5 volts already. 5, and then this is pin 6. And nothing's happening. So I think our problem is the 7411 there, but unfortunately I don't have any. So I'm gonna have to order some. But I think it's I think the timer's okay. It's this probably the 7411. Okay, back at this. I have a 7411, new 7411, just Piggy back there. And looks like that was our issue. There's our thump and our bonus tone. Isn't that what we were talking about? So that's the problem. So I think the only thing that doesn't work now is missile shot. Alright, missile shot is up next, and I'm going to probably troubleshoot that before I replace this. That way I can actually just do all the soldering at once. Filming everything. I actually put in another board that also has a missile shot problem, but I piggybacked LM3900. And so I'm just going to film real quick, if I can stabilize that somewhat. There we go. What pin 10, what some of these pins look like on a working missile shot. So pin 10 is the 8, 9, 10. This is the final output. That's almost 12 volts. Do I? Yeah. Goes almost all the way to 12 volts. As you can see that. So this is pin 8. You can, hopefully you can see that. Maybe not. Alright, let's try it this way. Alright. This is pin 8 of P4. You can see that's the negative because it goes actually somewhat negative a little bit. You can see that. Then this is pin 9, which is mixing with the noise circuit, so that's why you see that. And pin 10 is the final output, looks a lot like pin 9. Then this is 11. It's negative, so it goes a little bit low. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. Actually, let me increase this a little bit. Oops. That doesn't really help, does it? Whatever. Alright. That's 8, 9, 10, that's 11. This is 12. Now you can just see it whoops. You can see it barely. See, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can't really, you can barely see it. Let me see. You can kind of see it go up. just a little bit. Let me drop the intensity down a little bit. You can kind of see it go just up a little bit. That's pin 12. Same with pin 13. Alright, so I was just filming that so you could see it, and then let me come back and figure out what's going on with the other board. Alright, I got my board back in there. We're going to look at, let's see here, pin 8. There's pin 8. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see. I think so. You can see it going low there, pin 8. So pin 8 looks good. Pin 9 looks good. That's kind of coming from the noise circuit again. Pin 10 is the final output. And when I click, where it is doing nothing. Pin 11, not really much. I mean, I can see the line moving a little bit. You guys probably can't see that. Let me see if I... No, you can't see it. It's barely doing anything. It should be doing more. Pin 12, there's some noise on it, but it's not doing much either. So yeah, let me show what I found. All right, hopefully I can see here. Okay, so this is the circuit right here, the missile sound. You press the button, comes into, through this diode, but simultaneously it passes through this diode as well as into M4, pin 2 eventually of M4. And then from this diode goes through a 560K resistor and comes into pin 12. And we don't see, I don't think, what we should be seeing on pin 12. That means either this resistor or this capacitor or this diode. Now, if this diode is failed, then the signal is kind of getting mixed in. It's like allowing the signal to come back this way or something when the button is pressed. I don't know, something is weird happening. So I've already done some probing, and I think it's the gosh, what do I think it is? I think it is this diode right there. But what I'm going to do is since I already socketed P4, I'm going to pull out the chip and pull out leg 12 and see if we get any type of sound at all. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to pull pin 12 out. Alright, I have pin 12 pulled out, and that didn't make any difference. So pin 8 looks good, 9 looks good, 10 still nothing, 11, I mean it does something when I press it, but whatever. 12 nothing, 13 does what it's supposed to do, which is just really take a little blip and rise up maybe half a volt or something. So anyway, let me see if I can zoom in on this right here. So terrible angle. Alright, gonna have to cut that out. So I have my diode tester on. Alright, yeah, so I have my diode tester on. And if I come to this diode right, gotta work around this damn camera. Oh, you can't even see that, can you? Let's see, this diode right here does not look good. And maybe it's because it's corroded, I don't know, but I'm not getting a reading on it at all. It's just reading open. So I'm gonna see, I think it's the diode, I'm not sure, but that's what I'm gonna do. So I replaced this diode right there. It's a 1N4148, I think. And for the, what was it? It wasn't the saucer hit, was it? Damn, now I can't even remember. I replaced the 7411. Oh, that was the thump, I think, right? I can't, whatever. Let's see what we got here. Saucer works. There's our missile. All the thumps. Nice. There we go. See what we get. Oh, I'm running out of disk space. See how long it goes. Looks like it's working. Oh well, what am I doing? I don't know if it's still recording anymore. There you go. Alright, that's it for this video, guys.